Um, Again, bouncing on to another topic, it's something that I did try and do a bit of research on my guests, but I only saw it. I went about 2-3 posts down into your Instagram, and you had a post up on your battle with mental health,
Yes.
and I think it's definitely something in the time that we're in the country as well. It's something that we need to talk about. So I let you take it away from here and
Yeah,
tell us your
yeah.
story.
For me, it wouldn't be very well known, my battle with mental health anyway. I kind of would have heard a lot of things from a lot of people, like with how I was feeling or anything that was going on, like, and like I probably would have been suffering for good over a year, and again, it was kind of more pride and everything that I was afraid to say out to anyone, like, until it was too late. And unfortunately then, like, I got to a stage where I felt just that was it, I couldn't cope or whatever. And it was only then afterwards I realised how many people I had around me, and all I had to do was pick up the phone and just say, look, I'm not feeling well, or I'm not feeling great, and or I'm having a bad day. And unfortunately, you don't realize that when your mind is in that sort of mental, when you have that sort of mentality, like, when you feel like that there's no way out for yourself. And look, I put up the post out there, and I wasn't really just looking for attention or anything like that. I was trying to more so to help other people in ways that if they ever felt like that they can't speak to someone, that don't be afraid, don't be embarrassed by it. And because that was one thing I was embarrassed by it. I was embarrassed that I wasn't myself, or I was depressed, like, I was other issues, other things, outside factors going on. Football wasn't going right, and because the football wasn't going right, it was probably making me worse. But it was worse because the football wasn't going right. If you get me, like,
Yeah.
and then there's outside, there was a lot of mitigating factors roll into one. And unfortunately, it's life, and people struggle an awful lot, and particularly males struggle an awful lot. And I think when it comes to the whole macho thing, oh, I'm a man, I can't tell you how I really feel.
Yeah.
I think we just need to do away with all of that, and don't be afraid. And again, like, I've had a lot of people, and people that I wouldn't have expected to get in contact with me after that and help me an awful lot. And for me, I will always hold them grateful for me and for my family. They'll cherish the work, how they've helped me afterwards. Like, and again, I have to say, like, PA House helped me an awful lot. Even the GPA, through the GPA, helped me, like, with Paul Flynn reached out and all, and the GPA got me into counselling. That was another thing that was a huge, helped me an awful lot. Like, and even now, I still do counselling now. I'm still in it 2 times a week. Like, my battle is still continuing, and my battle will always continue.
Yeah.
And I think, like, I'm like, come here, look, I'm nowhere near out the other side, but I'm there. Like, I've come out the other side of it in a way that I can look at things differently now. And look, I've went back. I wasn't playing football at the start of the year, obviously, as you can, with everything that was going on. But now I'm back playing, training probably as hard as ever, and I'm just enjoying football, and I'm enjoying life, and I'm just enjoying the lockdown. For me, probably came at the right time.
Yeah, because you think that, like, you put up that post, probably it's probably about, what, 5-6 months since you put up that post now.
Yeah, but that was the post was put on the 23rd of April. It was the day of my birthday.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, that was the whole thing around the post. That it was just the fact that I was able to be there and celebrate my birthday. Whereas 2 months previous to that, I couldn't have seen me standing there, like.
Yeah.
And that for me was a huge thing, like.
And
So,
sorry, go on, yeah.
That'll go.
No, I was just going to say, with the lockdown coming, it's been a lonely time for a lot of people. But as you said, that you found positives in it for yourself, that you've been able to, I suppose, find that love in football and spend more time with your family.
For me personally, I was able just to reset. Like, and one of the things that someone told me, the strongest base a person can start as rock bottom. you know, and that's like, you can't go any lower than that.
Yeah.
So, come here, the only way is up from there, and that's, for me, lockdown kind of came at the right, even though it's not the right time, but for me personally, it was the right time. I was able to reset. I was able to reevaluate things that were going on in my life and get rid of the negative vibes that were around and the different things that were going on in my life. And I've been able to focus on the more important things that have gone on, and being able to just get a smile back on my face going around and like playing football. Like,
Definitely, yeah. And even as you were saying, like you've given us I suppose a detailed description of what the benefits are of you putting up that post, and it's something that even if only 5 people listen to this
yeah,
podcast, that they will
look,
see the
it's
benefits
not
of.
even that. It's not even 5 people. If one person
Yeah,
can just relate to something that I went through, that's all. That's all that matters. And if they ever wanted to get in contact, again, no problem. Like, they have, easily found on Instagram and Twitter. Like,
yeah,
but if it can help even one person from that, and that's the thing. And there was people that texted me afterwards and said that they were struggling, and for me, that was huge. Like, they felt that they could trust me with it, and like, and again, Jason Sherlock is one that has helped me a lot. Johnny McGee, and it's these old school players that have come out and have really helped me come to the next stage. And same with Paddy, and the lads from Ballymun have been a huge help. Like, in the club again, have been fantastic with me. I think you can't take it away from the people that I grew up with and the people, like the club that I've played with for all my life. Like, and that's what people need. It's the community. It's just the support of your friends and family around you. And unfortunately for people, when they have mental health issues and they don't see anything else, like,
yeah,
when you can come fall back on that. And nowadays, if I feel like I'm having a bad day, I just pick up the phone and I might have just a conversation. It could be just a 2-minute phone conversation with someone, but again, it just gets rid of everything. Like,
definitely, yeah. And it could have been it would have been very easier for you to just click unpost or delete that post, and
yeah,
it could be still wrapped up all the things you wanted to say still. But
yeah,
it's just
no, and that's the thing. Like, it's not something that I'm ashamed of at that of where I've been or what happened. Like, it at the end of the day, that has been that's a huge part of my life now recently. And like, again, like, I'm not going to shy away from the difficulties that have come from that.
yeah,
But again, we have to remember there is a bigger life than outside of the coppers on a Saturday night, or the Sunday points, or
yeah,
and
yeah.
every just all that crap. And that's one of the things that I've been able to just reset and re-evaluate and just re-energize myself, like, and just get back to normal now for my own peace of mind. Like,
Brilliant, and I'm glad you shared that as well. And as you said, if it helps one person at all or helps anybody in any way, hopefully it does.